Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. Justin here, Justin for Edge's first act from Road WrestleMania of 2010. You, the YouTube viewer, voted on that. Voted that you wanted to see Edge. And I assume some of you also want to see my lovely wife, Tomoko Leeper, here. Together we are Team Leeper, and we are wearing matching t-shirts from the foremost Beatle expert in the world. But yeah, so this story is a little bit misogynistic, but still a good one. And I've brought my lovely wife, who I treat as my equals, to kind of offset some of the maybe male chauvinistic aspects that Edge kind of does to Maria. But you'll see that soon. It's lighthearted. It's fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, Team Leeper, for that introduction. Although you said goodbye, and it's actually hello from me here. We're going to do Edge's storyline. Now, I'm going to skip over the full motion video intro sequence that WWE did so well because it's hard to not get a copyright strike on it. So if you want to see it, go back to part 1 of my Create a Superstar story and you can watch it in full. And it's really nice and heart-wrenching. But here we go. As I said in the intro, people voted for Edge to be the next one played, so far be it for me to deny you anything.
Hello and welcome to SmackDown, live from Tampa, Florida. I'm Jim Ross, alongside my tag team partner Taz, and we've got some breaking news that could shake the foundation of WWE.
Very new models, character models for them.
News, JR. Seems as if Miss McMahon has decided to give SmackDown a facelift and name a new general manager. The catch? Only winners are out.
A new boss? Who's it going to be? We're starting down the road to WrestleMania, folks, and get ready for a wild ride.
You see in the background, there's that punchy guy. His model has changed, but those animations definitely have not changed. So here we go, week 1 in Tampa, Florida, Edge's locker room. Unlike Create a Superstar, we can't go look at our costume, so we'll just leave. And look at those matching garbage cans.
Here we go. Edge and Triple H. So many times it's been about championships. But tonight they're fighting for a title of a different sort. SmackDown General Manager.
Yeah, so we want to start you with a pretty competitive first week match.
Look out.
With the stipulation seeming that you have a shot to become SmackDown's GM if you win. So, of course, we want to have you go against a pretty good guy, and I'm just getting used to the moveset of Edge, of course. After crafting my own moveset for Justin Violently in the last story.
There's the whip.
And I've got a signature already. Chances are Triple H would counter it anyway, but I don't really know what my signature move is. Kind of a forward Russian leg sweep right there into a on-the-ground hammerlock. Nice little taunt, but I could not, in fact, counter Triple H. That time I did.
There's the counter.
So the story of this Road to WrestleMania story is having Edge being manipulative.
These two men combined have won over 45 championships in the WWE.
That is an unreal statistic. In my opinion, these have to be the greatest superstars in this business.
There's no debate about it, Taz.
The greatest superstars in the business. Thanks,
destined
guys.
For the Hall of Fame. Here's a cover. Triple H kicking out.
But the story for this story is Edge being manipulative. You already see the seeds being sown for somebody to become the new GM of SmackDown. Of course, the natural inclination would be that Edge would want to be the GM, so he could, push himself and punish his adversaries. We don't quite do that. In the story in 2011, we do that with Randy Orton, but we don't do that here. Oh, that's a nice taunt, the pre-spear taunt, and then I just land right on my face. Awesome. And then I don't counter that. Atomic drop.
think it was you, JR, who coined the phrase, cerebral assassin. Can you imagine that calculating brain running things on SmackDown?
Triple H has a very Machiavellian mindset. But if the crazed personality of Edge were to come into power, I shudder to think what will happen.
Now you can tell I stopped talking when they're doing their exclusive commentary just so you can hear it, because I think it adds quite a bit to the match. You know, putting over Triple H there and the kind of ramifications of if either of these guys made the GM position. That's a big boot. Alright, good to know I have that in my arsenal.
What a landing!
But yeah, I haven't seen anywhere to do my signature move yet. And without doing the signature, it's kind of tough to get a finisher. Look at, he was dazed there. Just slapping some leather onto his face. Yeah, there are a couple moves here in Edge's moveset that were in Justin Violent Lee's moveset as well. Like that move, I think, was there. Alright, doing my grapple.
This could do it.
Just seeing what that is. Very heelish taunt there from Edge, which I guess would make Triple H the babyface here. But they're both big dudes with long hair and monochromatic apparel. Although the ref's got monochromatic apparel as well. Alright, where are we going here? Doing the snake eyes. Bow.
And can you believe that impact?
Into some weird arm wrench. Not a big fan of that move. I like how he sells afterwards. He dodged that bullet. So yeah, the crowd is quite different between SmackDown and Raw and
right now, Edge
pay-per-views.
Perceived advantage. It's incumbent upon Triple H
I got that finisher, but I thought that
his way back into this match.
I thought a spear would have been a finisher somehow, but I guess not. So I better get that. Come on.
Wait a second. What's he doing?
That was something I learned a little bit late in the playthrough of Create a Superstar, is that if you get into a strong grapple, you can do your finisher from there if it's a regular standard grapple finisher. 1, 2, 3. All right. And after that finisher, and you hear, thankfully, JR say, Edge wins. Edge got it.
With that impressive win, Edge has granted himself an audience with Mr. McMahon.
Well, I don't know if I could sweet-talk the boss into letting him run SmackDown, but I'd still love to be a fly on the wall in that meeting.
You'll recall in 2009, a lot of times JR would go, like it or not, that's the match, or something like that. Thankfully, we caught that and kind of fixed it for this year, so you're hopefully not going to get that lukewarm response when your own character ends up winning at WrestleMania, for example. Look at the young face on Edge there. Maybe not a pretty face, but a younger face. I always thought Edge looked kind of like a barracuda. Gotta get in the reps when you can, right, Vince?
Mr. McMahon, you have a minute, sir?
Edge, I'm not surprised to see you. Why don't we cut to the chase? Go ahead, ask.
Guilty. You got me. I do want something.
I know exactly what you want. You want to become the new general manager of SmackDown.
Good physics on that chair.
Go ahead and say it.
Well, no, sir. My being here involves the GM position, but I came to recommend someone else for the job, not to ask for it myself.
Hello, Mr. McMahon. You look very dapper today.
I'll tell you what, Mr. McMahon. You take a minute and, check her references. I'm sure if you look hard enough at her, resume, you'll find she's quite qualified to be SmackDown's new GM.
Hopefully that's a curveball that people really didn't see coming, that Edge is not trying to get himself to be GM, but get Maria to be GM. Oh, look. Edge took a little example from the boss, and he's doing some curls on his own. I call those Arnold curls or concentration curls. I was just doing them yesterday with
us, ladies and
24 kilograms,
which
ends up being about
New Orleans
50,
with another exciting edition of
55 pounds, something like
WWE
that.
SmackDown.
Tonight we get the first
I like
appearance
doing
by
bicep
SmackDown's
exercises.
new general manager. Mr. McMahon's kept it a secret all week. Who's it gonna be?
Now, I really enjoyed Maria's
what Mr.
voiceover
McMahon's
here,
gonna
and I'm
be
glad
doing
that
around
her
here.
model is actually a lot more attractive than it was in 2009. I always thought she was a pretty girl. I always thought she had a good personality.
I would like you all to welcome SmackDown's new general manager, Maria.
And she became the new GM, like Edge wanted.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon. I am ecstatic about being named the new GM for this brand. I just want to assure everyone that SmackDown is in good hands. My first initiative is to leave the past behind and to inform every person on the roster that starting tonight, everyone has been given a clean slate and will be evaluated with a fresh set of eyes. This is a chance for those who have been overlooked to get the attention and recognition they claim to deserve. Of course, like everything in WWE, nothing's easy. It's put up or shut up. Thank you.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that VO delivery from Maria. Also, I'm very impressed by her motion capture talent for whoa, for this.
Good luck tonight, Edge. I'll be rooting for you.
Well, there you go. There's, she's got little feelings for Edge. But the woman who played Maria's motion capture was Bonnie Maxon, who some of you may have known from Impact as Peyton Banks, or she wrestles as Rain to this day. She's had a pretty long wrestling career. She was a Minnesota product like me and Aries.
I've got the GM in my pocket, but I still need to look good tonight. I should give a finisher to each of my opponents.
All right, let's give a finisher to each opponent. But, Bonnie, really talented, good friend of mine. She was not used to acting, so for her to be able to pull out that pretty lengthy monologue promo and did a great job of it, it matched up really well with Maria's voiceover.
And our beautiful new general manager, Maria, says she's going to be watching this one with fresh eyes.
There's a joke in there, Taz, but I'm going to let it go.
So yeah, an eclectic four-way here. You've got Big Ol' Kozlov, you've got Jesse, who's the son of Terry Gordy, one of the Freebirds, and you've got Mr. Kennedy. Oof. I've got the back. Edge has the back rake too. Edge has a lot of the same stuff that Justin Lee does. That move too was, I think, in my arsenal. And once again, if my character model as a person in the crowd is the green one front and center that's hopping up and down there. You'll see many of him.
And Kennedy said no matter who our new general manager was, it didn't change a thing for him. He feels as long as he's got that contract, he's in the title picture.
And that's the value of that briefcase. But an impressive outing is a must for the rest of these combatants.
So now we know that Ken has the Money in the Bank briefcase, which, helps him out if things kind of go sour for him.
Irish whip.
But yeah, kind of a strange foursome here.
Edge has impressed the
Boom.
heck out of me
Love
so
doing
far.
the snake eyes
I'm not
into
so
the
sure what our
big boot.
general managers gathered thus far, but it's been an exciting contest.
You can see how flat the upper deck looks when Edge did that taunt from the top rope there. Maybe I won't do that again. Oh, I can do a finisher when he's on the ground there. Good to know. But there we go. Jesse is finisher victim number 1. Only 2 more to go. Oh, and he got busted open.
Wicked execution.
So I still have to do 2 finishers, and I have to win this match. So I'm trying to get Jesse out. He doesn't even want to go out.
Look out, spear.
There's a spear, so spear is like a normal move for me, I guess. kind of sad that the Spanish announce table just has some empty chairs.
How did he even take that?
Kozlov, of course, played one of Vince's heavies in the Create a Superstar story. And I'll always remember when he was kind of making his promos from the crowd, and he would call WWE Double E. And he does have a Sambo background. He's a pretty legitimate dude. And it seemed like Edge had blood on his chest. That was kind of funky from Jesse's split open forehead. Yeah, look at that blood there. Oh, but Jesse's not that mad at me, because we're teaming up there. Oh, and he chopped me as well.
Oh man, did that boot connect or what?
There's a spear from Kozlov. Kozlov and Santino had some funny stuff. You know, I really like funny stuff sometimes, but I wish that there were people that wouldn't be jokey characters. Like, you know, I liked Braun Strowman playing that giant bass or whatever it was, like a guitar, but I just don't think some guys should be funny. You know, it kind of ruins their credibility. And even Brock doing his, like, boombox thing. Oh, gotta break that up. Brock doing his boombox thing is funny, but not, like... You're laughing with him because he's doing something silly. He's not kind of embarrassing himself like others have in the past. Although, maybe I'm a hypocrite because I feel that Kurt Angle still kept his credibility even after doing that tiny cowboy hat thing when him and Vince were... Okay, here's another finisher. Uh-oh. But Ken... Go... Oh, no, Ken got the pin. That's a problem when he gets stuck in animations. Maria being GM was my idea. I need to win this match in order to impress her. Oops, sorry guys. Take two. No, but you know when Angle was doing the cowboy hat thing, the hug thing with Stone Cold and Vince, that stuff was hilarious. I actually really did like that. Of course, both those guys were really hurt at the time, and, you know, seeing them do kind of goofy stuff was better than not seeing them at all on TV, because that would have probably been our other alternative. I mean, I've been a Stone Cold fan forever, really. I remember living in Key West, Florida, as a poor, lonely, like, 19-year-old kid. Key West, Florida being the southernmost point of the continental United States, and like saving up my money to buy... Oh, Ken's legs are trapped in the ropes. That's kind of cool.
And that one definitely hit hard.
Oh, not anymore. But I saved up my money to buy like a Stone Cold t-shirt. And actually at the time I was a big Perry Saturn fan too, and the Kmart or whatever had WCW shirts. I really wanted a Perry Saturn, but they only had 2XL. And while I was kind of chubby at the time, I was probably about 215, 220, and not a good 15 or 220, 215 or 220. I was not a double XL. Speaking of double, there's a double suplex. All right, let's... Cool, there we go. One finisher down.
And Edge drives his opponent face first right to the ground.
All right, I think we need to spread out our damage here a little bit more, so one guy's not just a liability to us.
And he hits a big time leg drop.
Suplex. Oh, you have some weird icon there for some special ability, I guess.
Unloading with that kick to the midsection.
Cool. All right, that's a cool move. Oh, nice power slam by Jesse. Many of you might not even remember Jesse being in this game. There's a reason.
He flanks him down with authority.
And this has been pretty hectic here as I go to a kind of a cheesy wear down move. Big clothesline in the corner into a cheesy wear down move again. Oh, counter by Ken, who's got some welts on his chest.
Oh, you can see the pain in their eyes from that vicious chop.
Kozlov's gonna kill you chant. That's interesting.
In the bank before the show, and Kennedy said no matter who our new general manager was, it didn't change a thing for him. He feels as long as he's got that contract, he's in the title picture.
And that's the value of that briefcase.
And I guess this wasn't too far after Jesse retired. I'm pretty sure he retired around maybe 2010. And this was, of course, 2009. I think he's about my age, so that put him at about 40 right now. Oops, sorry, ref. At least I only did one shoulder tackle there. And the Justin crowd model there had an Edge Rules sign that he was holding up. Man, I would love to be able to do that signature move and thus do another finisher, because I still got 2 finishers to give and to win this match. See, no finisher there. No signature there. That's a cool Sambo move by Kozlov. Okay, got a finisher up. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. It's taking precious time. Precious time. Get up. All right, Ken, you're getting it. Nope, that's not what I want. Strong grapple, strong grapple. Okay, that's fine. Get up, get up. Nope, why can't I do the finisher on the... Oh.
Edge is up to something, and I got a scary hunch. Things are going to plan.
And there's the Irish whip.
It's nice when the heel commentator is even a little leery, like Taz just was. I love that there's that exclusive commentary. I really do, because that's... You know, there are ways to tell stories in video games. And I'm a big Kojima fan, of course, Metal Gear and stuff, and I love cutscenes. But cutscenes, you're just sitting there watching them, right? And you take a game like, let's say, Half-Life or Portal, which are both Valve games, and they're doing storytelling during the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, there are people doing stuff when you're Gordon Freeman in Half-Life 2 that you're kind of in the room watching them, and you can look around and stuff, and they're going through what they're saying. Or, you know, in Portal, you have GLaDOS talking to you and insulting you and offering you cake, and you're doing that while there's gameplay going on. So there's story and gameplay simultaneously, and that's kind of how I feel about those exclusive voiceover lines, is they are storyline during gameplay, which I think is really important. Alright, finisher time. That was not the finisher. Why is this? Okay, let me get out of this weird thing. Backbreaker. Alright. No, I want to let it go. I want to let it go.
Again with the knee.
I lost my finisher again. Sorry, guys.
And there's the crab, just reaching at his opponent's lower back.
Now, I'm pretty sure he's in the ropes there, because his leg is actually on the other side of the rope there. That left rope seems to get tied up in people's legs pretty often.
Look at the strength, and he breaks up the count. My gosh, there's so much on the line here.
Boom.
Back body drop.
My first match, I lost by inverted DDT. You know, like a Stinger, whatever Stinger's inverted DDT was called. And it looked like that neck breaker kind of setup. And I'm pretty sure I busted my lip or my nose or something, because it's a weird bump to take. You know, usually you want to tuck your chin when you're taking those flat back bumps, but that one, you don't really... The guy's cradling your head under his armpit, so it's really hard to kind of tuck there. Oh, nice. Oh. Nice moonsault, Jesse, but you are not getting this win. Mark my words, there will be no biscuits and gravy for you.
This might do it.
Alright. Back break. Okay, that gave me the finisher. Just got to get Kennedy with the finisher. Nice. Here it comes. Up and down. Good. Alright, let's get some dudes out of the ring now. That's weird. People were chanting for Edge, and then they stopped, and just one guy chanted for Edge.
And it goes running.
Oh, now he does that cool move to me now. Alright, yeah, you guys get out of the ring.
Oh my, he's bleeding. That's an unfortunate side effect of this very physical competition.
Take a hike. Nice DDT, nice bump on that.
And he threw a hard right hand there.
Just People dropping on their faces left and right. Oh, he's not going for the pin.
And he strikes with the knee.
Alright, get out of here. Oops. Not what I meant. Okay, not what I meant. Thanks, Kennedy.
He's taking
Give me a back rake for you. It seems like every back rake I do turns me into the finisher. And I've got a bloody chest yet again. Which reminds me a story that I may have told before when a certain wrestler... Oh! 1, 2, 3. Alright, nice. And I beat Kennedy. Good, good. I won't tell the
confidence and arrogance
bloody chest story right now.
just spews from Edge. But nevertheless, this was a huge victory.
But I have told
The
it
guy's
before.
a winner, plain and simple. No matter what the situation, he finds a way to survive.
I do. I do. Things are looking good for Edge right now. And I kind of like that hair flip on his regular match win celebration. And doing other heelish stuff like pointing to his big old brain. Because he's so smart. Oh, WWE water time. I'm actually without water. But I am with Jesse as an unlock. He may not have his buddy Festus by his side anymore, but he's a great superstar in his own right. We've unlocked Jesse. Also known as Ray Gordy, son of Terry Bam Bam Gordy. What a great big man Bam Bam Gordy was.
Greetings, one and all. It's a cool
The muscle
winter's
of the
night
Freebirds.
here in the Lone Star State. But SmackDown's going to heat things up in a hurry.
Speaking of hot, we found out Maria was our new general manager. After checking out the town last week, I wonder, what's she gonna do tonight?
What's she gonna do, brother?
I have no idea what to expect.
So yeah, Bonnie, a.k.a. Rain, a.k.a. Peyton Banks, as Maria.
So, did I do enough to earn your recognition and attention last night? I'm
Nice
prepared
giggle.
to do a lot more for you.
Maria? Oh no. Don't move.
What? Why? What is it? Is it a bug or something?
It's not a bug. It's this 6'5" mutant growth sprouting from your neck. That thing is nasty.
I'm glad you're here, Mr. Kennedy. I was about to make some matches for tonight. Edge, you can choose an opponent from last week's Fatal 4-Way match. Mr. Kennedy, you'll take on the one Edge doesn't pick.
It's fine with me. I'm here to compete. And I'll take on anybody.
One thing I never liked was when a heelish authority figure would say, "Now you're in a match," because the face, of course, he's here to wrestle. He wants to be put in matches, or he wants to compete, as WWE may say, because I couldn't say I'm here to wrestle. But so I have Kennedy do that, like, yeah, cool, I'm here to compete. Like, you're not threatening me by making me do my job. That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm in WWE. That's why I'm one of the best.
Which of the fatal four-way opponents from last week should I beat up again tonight?
I love how that looks like ripped out notebook paper. So Jesse, of course, is the jobber type, and Kozlov is kind of the brutish type. So this is showing that by picking Jesse, I'm making Ken go against a tougher challenger.
Mr. Kennedy won against an opponent handpicked by Edge.
Kennedy's got the goods, JR. That's why he's still holding Money in the Bank. But this was no cakewalk by any stretch.
We'll see how the rated R superstar fares against his opponent later tonight.
Not sure if Ken ever did that kissing animation. And thanks for that Crime Time sign there. So the motion capture for Edge in this story, for the cutscenes, is done by Cassius Ono, NXT superstar and UK wrestling genius, and the guy who's on my very first show I performed on was like his 5th or 6th show. So I knew he used to go by Chris Hero, of course. I knew Chris since about 1999, and you know he's a big guy, very versatile guy, and a very charismatic guy. So I thought he would do a great job of playing Edge. I mean, the athleticism of that guy is amazing. Excuse me.
How do you think Mr. Kennedy feels about this opponent?
And he didn't disappoint, definitely.
I'm sure Kennedy views this as an opportunity to earn a big victory over a big man.
So you see, we have different lines depending on whether you're facing Jesse or you chose to face Kozlov. But yeah, it's nice to see Cassius Ono in NXT doing his thing. I mean, that guy is, you know, just you say student of the game, and it's that guy. And he really captured a lot of Edge's motions, and yeah, was able to do the promos just fine. Even though, once again, the people who did cutscenes before me were under the impression that wrestlers did not know how to act. Bonnie and Chris proved them wrong on in this match, in this storyline. And of course, Aries was there, and Joey Ryan will be more prominent in a couple other later stories.
Oh my word! What a slam!
So yeah, Chris, even when he was in LA once or twice to work at PWG, which was Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, really pretty well-known indie fed in Southern California, he stayed with me a time or two.
Good grief! The punishment Edge is dishing out.
And he's the only other guy I know who can rap Outkast's Bombs Over Baghdad verbatim like I can. So lots of props to him. He knows almost as much about rap as he knows about wrestling. He knows quite a bit about hoops too, but he's a Duke fan, so we won't talk about that. All right, there we go. There's the signature move. 1, 2, 3. All right. Look at that. We did the signature there, so we got to whip him into the ropes, and it goes right into a pin. That's good to know.
The Rated R superstar won against his hand-picked opponent.
Hey, you can't pick a much tougher opponent than him. Edge is a stand-up guy for sure.
Now that's a little bit of embellishment there on Taz's part, but of course he's the heel, so he's going to side with the heel. But again, I picked Jesse because he's the jobber type. No offense, I have nothing but respect for everybody who's in WWE in the way that they, you know, really have to keep themselves sharp and perform on the biggest stage constantly, despite pain, despite missing their family, despite, you know, all those other hardships. So I take nothing away from Jesse, from Mr. Gordy. But he was kind of lower on the card and a lower ranking superstar, so I put him in that role.
Into Albuquerque. Our cameras were rolling after we went off the air last week, and we caught a little camaraderie between Edge and our general manager.
That's the paparazzi for you, man, I'm telling you. Celebrities can't have a moment for themselves. Makes me sick.
What can I say, Taz? People are interested in a scandal.
And again, I'm pretty happy anytime I get to see some moving video instead of still images on those pre-show scenes like that. Well, who's blowing me up?
So, the cat's out of the bag about you and Maria. You know, some people around here have been referring to what you're trying to pull as sleeping your way to the top, but not me. I look at it more like you're sleeping your way to the middle, because the top's already reserved for me.
That image of Kennedy's kind of weird, though. But I love writing lines for him, and he nails them out of the park every time. So we go into week 4 here. This again is the go-home show before Royal Rumble. We're not sure what our Royal Rumble match is. And look, I have you teaming with the largest man in WWE history against two of maybe the jobberest men.
Will the ring be able to hold Khali and Edge?
Khali's got a massive frame. No doubt, that's colossal. And Edge, well, Edge has got a massive ego.
Showing some
All right, start doing something here, Khali.
The momentum is all with that man right now.
You're embarrassing me. Move, do something.
And it goes running.
I know Khali's slow, but
That's gonna leave a mark.
it's a little too slow.
Again.
I mean, Jesse is probably one of the faster characters. I like his attire, honestly. I just listened recently to shoot interview from Gallows talking about when he was Festus. Come on, man, start doing something. And Vince asked Jesse what his favorite color is, and Jesse said yellow. And Vince was like, "All right, let's get you a yellow singlet." And Festus was like, or Gallows was like, "Why did you tell him yellow?" And he was like, "I don't know, I was just scared." Oh, jeez, come on, man.
And he's seen enough.
Oh, I am Khali. Okay, that makes a difference. Here I thought that I was, that Khali was the NPC like they were last year. I assume that was a decision I made, but I don't remember making it, but it makes sense to make it, you are controlling both members of this tag team. Because it got a little boring when, you know, let's say, Batista was just sitting outside while Rey Mysterio was in on the action as a AI controlled character. Alright, things are going a lot better now that I know that I'm Khali. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, that's like a double choke slam, man. That's badass. Oh, but he fights his way out of it there. Jesse is not a pushover, as much as I kind of wanted him to be. I'm not sure how Primo is. Maybe we won't get a chance to see.
Watch it.
Go Primo, says that sign, though. Little chain wrestling. Into the back suplex. He's not really making any efforts to tag out. That's a weird move, isn't it? Like, if you think about how that would work, it's a weird move. That sign that said the colognes, the L and the O look like a 16 for some reason. I wonder if there's some significance to that. Oh, the droppy. Drop toe hold into the elbow drop. Everybody's most used double team maneuver.
Crap. There you go, ref. Get that little slappy out of there.
Get that little slappy out of there. Crap, what kind of... That's a weird line for Taz. Oof. Big Irish whip. Man, Khali's just so huge. Like, just controlling him is like controlling a semi-truck on a racetrack or something. Boom. Like that Big Rigs game. One of the worst games ever. You are your winner.
Has been on a tremendous roll in recent weeks. And with a Royal Rumble
Southern hospitality.
just 2 days away, that
Yeah, but there's a ambulance there.
Right. Everything going his way.
Like it's Southern Hospital. Alright, there was the drop again. And hopefully we can get out, Khali. Hopefully we can find a way to get this pin quickly. Now usually when it was AI, you do a finisher or signature and the AI would come in and run interference for it. I wonder if that's going to happen here with us kind of controlling any legal man. And there's that weird move again. It's...
And there's the Irish whip.
That almost bumped heads. Rolling neck breaker. Is Jesse going to tag out? No, he's just talking smack to me. Oh. Treat me like a horse.
And there's the counter.
Alright. Let's not do the drop. Or let's do the drop. No, I actually really like the pattern on that singlet. It's pretty cool. It looks more like Arabian, I guess, than redneck, but that's fine. Oh, that's a weird, not signature move.
Oh my! He's choking the life out of
And
his
there's
opponent.
healing 101. All right, let's see if we can pin him here. Oh, I'm sorry, I did
I like
that.
his aggression as he goes for
Dragon
the
Sleeper. Yeah. Did you say I give up? It sure sounded like it. I had him in there a long ass time too. Alright, Khali's gotta have a signature, decent signature, right? Yeah, here we go. Khali chop!
That's a move that'll knock you right out cold if you look.
Oh, I should not, well, I wanted to do the finisher. I should have probably gone for the pin there, but boom.
The brute power of Khali
How's
and
Primo on the
ability
apron?
of
Well, let's see if Edge is there.
seem to be
Where's Edge?
for these competitors.
Edge and Khali are just that darn good, man. Can't say I'm surprised.
Where's Edge?
And there's the elbow.
Elbow to the spine.
Putting the knee to his opponent.
And I have a pretty cool Edge sign that my character is holding up there, my crowd character. I think at the time when I posed for that, I was wearing, I used to have this barbed wire necklace. It was real barbed wire, but not sharp barbed wire. And I must have been wearing that when I wore that sweatshirt, which is actually gray. It's a gray knit sweatshirt. It's not green, but they changed the color on it. All right, Primo's going to be a problem.
Man, how did he even take that?
And Khali is with the blood on his chest. Don't let him take out.
He traps his opponent.
Why don't you grab him, Khali? Why don't you grab him? Why don't you grab him, Khali? There's a spear. All right. Come on now. Drag him away from the ropes. No, Khali, what are you doing? One. Nah.
Stopped it. This has been just incredible.
Primo just waiting for that hot tag, just waiting for his chance to get in. Pythons, Tigers, and Khali Oh My is one of those signs.
Here's
How
the
about now?
win. This could be it.
He breaks
No,
up the
Khali's
pin,
just too
and
slow.
the match continues.
And this combined with me having to replay the second. Alright. Now he's still. Look at him jump right in there. My goodness.
A smart heads-up
This match
breakdown.
combined with me having to do that fatal four-way twice may lead to this being a pretty long video as well. Alright. No diagonal push, go down. No, I can't do that. Where's that finisher? And then Primo's just right back up.
He's got victory in mind for sure. And Edge smashes opponent.
Yeah, there you go.
into the
That's
floor.
what I'm talking about. Hit counter ref. 1, 2, 3. All
They did it.
right.
What a match.
Now think of how nice it is for
The
Jesse
team of
and
Edge
Primo
and
to get to
Khali
be
was an
on, you know,
absolute powerhouse
on
here
SmackDown.
in Albuquerque.
There's little to debate. This team is comprised of dominant, capable superstars who will stop at nothing to attain victory.
There was no sign there. Look at how buddy-buddy they are. And there's that big old chin of Khali, which I always feel like Seth Rollins has kind of like a baby version of that big giant chin. All right, we're here, Royal Rumble. Just went right to it.
Here we are, Royal Rumble. We're in beautiful Calgary for one of WWE's flagship events.
It's a flagship because of the awesome Royal Rumble match. But before that, Undertaker will challenge for Big Show's WWE Championship.
With those two bulls locking horns, followed by the Royal Rumble, let's hope the ring doesn't collapse.
Apparently they're going to be fighting in front of a speeding muscle car. That's rather odd. Although Big Show did fight Hulk Hogan in monster trucks.
There's no preparing for these Royal Rumble matches. You just have to grit your teeth, clench your fists, and fight your way till the end.
You have your strategy, Finley, and I have mine. But we need numbers first. Who's running this ship anyway?
Royal Rumble again, huh, gents? Very exciting.
I took the liberty of drawing numbers for my brand superstars already.
Number 1 for
Ouch.
Kennedy.
Tough luck on that draw, buddy. Now I'm curious. Where will I enter the Royal Rumble? I hope not too early.
What are you waiting for, Edge? I bet we can all guess what number you have.
Don't keep us in suspense here. Show us.
I don't think there's any other lines after that.
Hey, what do you know? Number 30. What are the odds of that?
Doesn't matter what number I have. I'll be seeing you in the Rumble. You and your little girlfriend can count on it.
I love him bouncing that ball off of Edge's forehead like that. Again, Ken playing a good, determined face, not letting that adversity get him down. And glad to have a little cameo by Finley. I was just hearing recently on a YouTube video of Regal talking about when he first kind of met Finley and just what a tough guy he was.
I don't think Kennedy has it in him to last the whole Rumble, but if he does, I'll take great pleasure in picking him off.
So unlike the Created Superstar story where we started, I think at 12, 6? Something, we were pretty far back, pretty early. We are starting at the last number. Good for us. Everything's coming up Millhouse for Edge at this point, isn't it? And we start with 5 dudes in the ring.
That kick rocked him.
And I think, I could be wrong, but I think a lot of the ordering, I think I did the same order for every Royal Rumble in 2010. So these guys were all kind of set to be, coming in late when Creative Superstar had to fight through everyone too. Look at Edge, just in no hurry. Playing it smart, because it's always kind of goofy when guys just sprint to the ring. Especially when guys sprint to the ring and then trip and fall under the ring. I'll let Kennedy just pick up Kane over there.
Did he make him pay?
Right, we got 3 guys helping to get Knox out.
They got him out.
See a big guy. I like the dropkick you threw against Austin Aries. Alright, now let's get Kennedy out to fulfill that condition.
Mr. Money in the Bank's hand.
He has 3 guys in his way right now, and unfortunately, one of them is a very fresh Edge.
And he goes down hard.
And we got Ken out, who had stayed there for the entirety of the Rumble. He's looking a little hurt there as he walks away. And of course, Kane should be our prime target here. Alright, let's see if we can get Kane out ourselves. It'd help if one of you guys would come over. Because it's tiring to do this button mash so much.
Big shot to JTG.
Alright, got him up. Then again, I think I took out 10, 12 guys when I was Creative Superstar. Alright, where's that cutscene? Boom. I think everybody's got to be standing up for that.
Here to dish out a verbal beating.
There we are.
And we're down.
Everybody gets back in position.
To the final 3 competitors.
Oh, Chavo.
Good grief.
I think those two would put on a pretty good singles match, JTG and Chavo. Oh, hey, I was trying to get him out. Uh-oh. And JTG with a pretty red chest there, but I got double guys going on me now. That would really not be cool if I got eliminated.
He's gone. Oh,
Never mind, says Taz. Alright. Grab a leg or something, buddy. Grab him by the hair or something. There we go.
And with everything we've witnessed, It now comes down
Point to the sign. Yep, that's what they always tell you.
one-on-one match.
But Edge is definitely the fresher superstar. You have to think he's the favorite here.
Jabba's got some cool tights as well. Those gold boots I always liked.
And now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
All right.
The tide
We just gotta not mess this up.
changing.
Got a finisher. Oops. Oops. And now I'm all right in the chest. Come on, we got a finisher. Let's do something here.
And there's another one.
All right. No. Chopper seems pretty fresh to me.
Looks like he's going for it.
Not for long. Yep, buddy.
And Edge smashed his opponent's face into the floor.
Yeah, are you not entertained? I like how so many of his animations are hair-centric. That Chopper's still holding on.
Oh, man. How did he even take that?
Come on. Let's drag him over to the... Oh, or do that. Sure.
Neck break.
He dodged that bullet.
Alright, this will be it. Oh, and I got hit this twice. Got it once. Nice. Two. Beautiful.
And Edge has won it. Edge has won it.
Once again, we get to hear JR sound
With
enthusiastic,
the number
thankfully.
30 entry to aid him, Edge has earned his ticket to WrestleMania.
This was ginormous. Edge is now guaranteed a world title shot at WrestleMania.
What an amazing night we've had here in Calgary. Good night, everybody.
I like how Taz saw the word enormous and just said ginormous. And how earlier he said huge. Alright, let's point to the sign now. You know where I'm going? Eventually, to WrestleMania. Oh, let's cue that pyro to that too. Yeah. Yeah. We feel alive. Good, good, good. We unlocked Kennedy's alternate outfit. The alternate outfit for Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy! I was talking to him about this recently.
Welcome to SmackDown.
About being in the
Emanating
game.
from Vancouver,
We always
British
joke how he
Columbia.
pretty much made more
This
money
is Jim Ross,
appearing in the
along
game
with
than I
Edge,
made making the game.
5 days removed
Ha ha ha.
from the Royal Rumble.
And what a show it was, JR. SmackDown's own Edge came out with the win, and Mr. Kennedy put on an inspirational performance.
The rivalry between these two only seems to intensify, partner. And now Mr. Kennedy is in the ring.
We've got the microphone drop.
I'm sure most of you witnessed my performance in the Royal Rumble. It probably didn't surprise you that I almost outlasted everyone, despite starting at number 1. What didn't surprise anyone was the big advantage Maria gave to her boy toy, Edge. When Maria told SmackDown superstars and fans that there'd be a clean slate with her as GM, we believed her. Turns out, she's a dirty liar. She should have her mouth washed out with soap. And when you hang out with Edge, it's good to have plenty of soap on hand. Now, we all know that the rated R superstar is the rash of WWE, but Maria, I thought you were smarter than that. Apparently, and this doesn't happen too often, I was wrong.
A liar? I'm a liar? You need to step up, Kennedy, if you plan to make it to WrestleMania. Don't blame me or Edge for your shortcomings. Is it my fault you're not as talented as certain superstars? Am I to blame because you couldn't win at the Rumble and solidify a spot at WrestleMania?
If I remember correctly, it was you who handed me the number 1 spot, so yeah, you are.
To be blunt, You've got to perform, period. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you've been paid to do. So tonight, you'll do just that. You've been trash-talking Edge and me all night. Well, now you get him in a tag match. Put up or shut up.
Why does she keep thinking that she's punishing me by making me get in the ring?
Now, doing one guy in the ring promos is difficult because you really sometimes have to chop up that audio in order to have it match the motions. But, again, Maria doing every bit the kind of bitchy authority figure that Stephanie McMahon did. I mean, she's a natural. It's pretty amazing how well she did. But we're going to have to wait for that tag match till later. This is the end of this week. So thanks.
Thanks for watching, and please like this video, and please subscribe, and have a lovely day.